Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a guide for round 16 of the Manufacturer series. Let's get this started. Bring yourself to the left and brake as you pass the 100 meter mark. In the Cayman, you can briefly go down to first gear, then back to second gear to help the car rotate around this turn a little bit more. Then slowly bring yourself to the right side of the track to get yourself set up for a rouge. So what you want to do is go through it at full throttle. You can take advantage of this curb on the left, then turn in once that curb ends. Just try to bring yourself as close as you can to the curb on the right, and then take advantage of this curb on the left as well. Try to take this part at full throttle and try to exit very cleanly. That way you can shave off a bit more time. Now look for the curb on the left as you want to brake just before you pass it. Bring yourself onto the curb on the right and just do lots of throttle control as you go through these next couple of turns. Just ease off of the throttle, then slowly accelerate again. Now stay on the left and brake before the curb on the left starts. Bring yourself into the curbs, slowly ease off of the brakes. Slowly start to accelerate, bring yourself to the right and brake pretty early for this turn. All you have to do is press a little bit on the brakes, not too much. That way the car can rotate around that corner. Then after you pass the 15 meter mark, you brake hard for a moment, then slowly ease off of the brakes. Take your time slowly applying the throttle as you do not want to understeer onto the green area. Now bring yourself to the left and use the shadow of the sign as your next braking point. You brake hard for a moment, slowly ease off of the brakes and bring yourself as close as you can to the right side of the track. Now control your acceleration, bring yourself to the left side of the track and slowly accelerate. Brake before the curb on the left starts. Take your time easing off of the brakes, just let the car rotate, and you can take this right turn at full throttle. In a moment we'll speed things up just to go through this part. And this next left turn can be taken at full throttle. Just make sure that if you are under someone's slipstream, you might want to lift off the throttle just a little bit. Then finally brake at the 150 meter mark. Just bring yourself into the apexes, take advantage of the curbs, get the car to rotate as quickly as possible, and then get on the throttle. But that is all for the lap guide. Let's go ahead and talk about the strategies. For the qualifying session, you have 10 minutes to try to get a good qualifying time. And there's not much that needs to be said here. The tire wear rate is pretty low, and you are on racing hard tires, so they're not going to be wearing out at a crazy rate. Rather, they're going to be wearing out very slowly, so you can pretty much just go all out for the next 10 minutes and try to get some good qualifying times. We do have 2 long straights on this track, so slipstream will be pretty useful here. So if you can, try to get the slipstream from someone ahead of you. Just make sure that you give yourself and the car ahead of you plenty of space so you can stay within the slipstream zone without having to worry about getting too close to them. And that is pretty much it for this qualifying section. Just remember, go all out from the very start, try to get a good slipstream, and you can get 3 or 4 chances to try to get a good qualifying time. For the race strategy, this is an all-out race, so don't worry about fuel or tire wear. Do note that this is a rolling start, so whoever starts in first place is going to start with a big advantage over second place and so on and so forth. So if you do end up in first place, just try to focus on getting away from second place, just trying to make sure that they do not get close enough to be able to get within your slipstream range, which is 1.5 seconds. So other than that, the main strategy here is to literally go all out. The fuel consumption rate shouldn't be anything to worry about, and the tire wear rate shouldn't be much to worry about as well. Just try to maintain that slipstream from the car ahead of you if you can. Just try to work together to catch up to whoever is in front of the pack, especially first place, unless they bin it, but that's another story for another time. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this guide. Once again, it is an all-out race. Don't worry about tires nor fuel. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA Wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.